Well, we are in dry out mode, but also keep watch mode because we may get more rain.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us are saying we're probably tired of the rain to say the least, but we know more's coming tonight.
More's coming tonight, another 1 to 4 inches in spots, which is just incredible to think about. And then more rain throughout the week, and rivers are rising. Every single hour that goes by, they keep going up. And so I think a lot of folks are going to be surprised how high they are once the sun comes up this morning.
And then we've got to contend with some areas that may not be affected by flooding or rain. This fog is incredible.
It is. It's hard to see out there. And a lot of it is due to the heavy rain. You may not have had flooding, but you got some rain yesterday. And my goodness, it's tough to see. You're looking live there in Richmond where you have to get off the interstate. I-70 West is closed around Centerville. And there's a big detour because a lot of the state roads are also closed due to flooding. It is a mess for all interstate traffic going from east to west across the state. Right now we're dry. We've had a couple downpours around Bedford. They are wrapping up now. Our next complex is out west. It'll be here this afternoon. So that gives us some dry time this morning, but it doesn't matter. The waters are still rising because of all the rainfall that we did pick up. So when you're looking at the radar map, you can see here around Indy we're dry, but there's that downpour. It's getting out of here. It's headed towards the Louisville area. But my goodness, historic rains out towards the east. When we're looking at some of these rainfall totals, I mean, we're pushing over a foot when it comes to the radar estimations. They're near 15 inches or so in western Wayne County. And we're looking, the all-time state record in a 24-hour period is back from 1905 down in Princeton, and that was 10.5 inches. I tell you what, if we had an official rain gauge right in western Wayne County, I think would probably broken that record. But that blue color shows you over the past 48 hours at least, 14 inches plus in some spots. That would include Cambridge City and up towards Economy. This is the reason why a lot of state roads are flooded across Wayne, Randolph, headed into Henry counties and farther south of Fayette County. How much rain? We can see 15 inches estimated, right? And I tell you what, on some of these rain gauges, when the water's coming down so heavily and the raindrops are so big, it may not capture all the rainfall. So that gets tricky from a reporting standpoint. All right, fog is really thickening up, not just in eastern Indiana, but around Indianapolis as well, south side and north side. We've got some really big fog banks forming, and they'll likely get bigger down to a half mile in Greenwood, down to about a quarter mile or so around Carmel. It's wet. We're soaked. Flood warnings continue. The National Weather Service has extended the darker green color, that's your flood watch, until tomorrow morning because of more rain that's coming later this afternoon and overnight. But this morning should stay dry, just foggy. We'll end up in the 80s this afternoon, and then rain chances will skyrocket after about 3 o'clock. We're going to watch some scattered storms come in from the west, and they may even be severe, not all of them, mainly through to gusty winds coming through. But the problem is they're thunderstorms, so what? They have rainfall, and so we don't need any more, but we could pick up a couple more inches. Here's how things will likely play out. By the lunch hour, still dry, but water levels are still going up. It takes a long time for all that water to get into the rivers, and then they'll crest today and tomorrow, and then they should start going back down this weekend, but that depends on how much more rain falls. Check this out. This is 4 or 5 o'clock, more scattered storms coming in. We'll see. They're big kind of hit or miss, though. I don't know if it's going to be a wall of water like some of the last ones were. But what happens overnight, we're going to get the southerly wind to pick up, and it may spark more rain and thunderstorms, some really heavy downpours across parts of central Indiana. Now, this looks like it's all north, right? But there's a decent shot that this could be adjusted. Someone's going to get soaked, we think, overnight tonight. That'll continue tomorrow morning. And if it's over some of these places that have already picked up over 6 inches, we're going to increase the flooding alerts, but there could be some very heavy rain overnight, generally a 1 to 4 incher in spots. More rain headed your way the next several days too. When you're looking at the 7-day forecast, rain daily Friday, this weekend, early next week. I think by the middle of next week, Julia, it will finally start to dry out, but we'll have to watch. Flooding will be a concern here for a while because just more rounds of rain keep coming as we stay very warm and humid.